Hi everyone. Today we're going to be doing the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. This one's especially for Miss Tennessie's class because I know this is one of Miss Tennessie's favorite stories. And it also has to do a little bit with spring because it's about a brand new beanstalk growing out of the ground, which is what we're talking about this week. It's planting and growing. So before we get started, let's come to a seat, Sukhasana, or calm pose, hands on your knees. Take a big breath in and blow it out. One more time, big breath in and blow it out. Well, this is the story of a little boy named Jack. And Jack lived with his mother, and they didn't have a lot of money, and they didn't have a lot of food, unfortunately. So one day, Jack's mother said to him, "You're going to have to take our old cow to the market to be sold for some gold coins." So Jack said, "Sure, I'll do that, Mom." So he went out into his yard, and he grabbed his cow, and he leashed him up. So come into cow pose. So your knees are down and your hands are down, and then you lift up your head. And if you want to move like a cow, you can. And then straighten out your spine. Let's try that again. Cow pose, breathe in, look up. And then straighten out your spine. So Jack is going to walk his cow to the market. So let's start to walk the cow. So one leg is going to come up. If you want to be tricky, we've been practicing this. One arm comes up. And then try the other side. Opposite leg, opposite arm, lift up. And put that down. Let's do one more each side. So we're walking the cow to the market. And other side. Good. Well, on the way to the market, Jack ran into kind of a strange little man. And this little man approached Jack. And he said, "Little boy, I bet you like magic." And Jack got super excited when he heard something about magic. So let's come to a downward facing dog. And we're going to jump a little bit because he's excited and I know when I'm excited. Sometimes I jump up and down. So bend your knees and jump. And try that again. Bend your knees, press your hands down and jump. And one more time, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and jump. Good. So, Jack traded his cow for 5 magic beans. Jack excitedly ran home, and when he got to his mother, he said, Mom, guess what? I bought magic beans for our cow." Well, Mom wasn't too excited. In fact, Mom was mad. And Mom stood up and she said, "Those beans are useless." And one at a time, she took all of those 5 magic beans and she threw them out the window. So let's do that. One foot's going to come down, one foot's going to lift up, and see if you can throw a magic bean. Ready? 1. Good. And let's try the other foot. Lift it up. She throws the second magic bean out the window. Good. And let's do the third. 3. Switch sides. 4. And last one. The 5th magic bean goes flying out of the window. And she was so mad that she sent Jack to bed without any dinner. So Jack goes to his bedroom and he lies down and he sadly goes to sleep. Make a little pillow with your hands, forehead down, and breathe here. Big breath in, and one more breath out. Well, the next morning, Jack wakes up and he props himself up. We're gonna come into Sphinx pose, so elbows down, and he starts to peek out of his window. And he looks outside and he sees it's a beautiful sunny spring day. And what does Jack see? He sees something a little different. He sees something green poking out of the ground out of his window. So he props himself up a little bit higher. So your hands are gonna slide back. We're gonna come into snake pose and pretend you're lifting yourself up to get a better look out of your window. Stay here and breathe. And what does Jack see? He's not quite so sure. So he decides he's gonna get up and he's gonna go outside. And when he goes outside, he notices that those beans that his mother threw out the window have started to form little sprouts poking out of the soil. And as he's there, these sprouts start to magically grow. So let's become a sprout. You're gonna put your feet down, knees bent. Now you're gonna balance here. See if you can take your hands off the ground, and you're gonna grow yourself into a nice, tall sprout. So go up. See how slow you can go. Up, 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 up. All the way up. Maybe even lift up your arms. Oh my goodness. Those beans were seeds, and they grew into a magical beanstalk. Well, Jack, being a little boy and being very curious and loving to climb, says, I'm going to climb that beanstalk and I'm going to see where it goes. So he stands up and he's going to climb his beanstalk. One foot down, one leg out nice and wide, and see if you can climb. Put that foot down, opposite leg up, and you're climbing up the beanstalk. Keep going, climbing up, and up, and up, and up. When Jack gets to the top of the beanstalk, there is a huge castle. So let's come into a house. Feet out nice and wide, and arms out, extended to the sky, and pretend you're a really tall castle. And take one more breath here. Well, Jack has never seen anything quite this big. He walks down the path to a door, and the door is so big that Jack can slide right underneath the door. So we're going to do just that. You're going to come to a table position, and you're going to pretend you're sliding under a door. So you'll bend your elbows, lower yourself down, and then slide your head underneath an imaginary door, and then poke on through. Try that one more time. Come to a table position, bend your elbows, lower down, and then slide yourself right underneath the door. Well, now Jack is inside the castle. And right away, he notices a hen or a chicken who's locked in a cage. So let's come, and we'll be a chicken. We'll come into yogi squat. Feet down, knees bent, hands at your heart. And the little chicken says to Jack, little boy, can you please help me? I'm here and I've been trapped in this cage for my whole life. And Jack feels sorry for the chicken. So Jack opens up the chicken cage, and the chicken comes flying out. So the chicken now is super excited, so we can practice jumping from here, hands down, and then see if you can pop yourself up like an excited little chicken. Good. Well, just as they're both excitedly jumping around, they hear a really loud noise. So let's see, let's start to make some loud noises. You can come into hero's pose, knees bent, and make some thumping noises. And it goes goes like this. It's a giant. And he says, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a little boy. And the giant, let's stand up, starts to lunge for Jack and for the hen. So lift up one giant knee, and then let's see if you can step it forward. Take a big step forward. Good. And then step back, and let's try the other side. Step up one knee, and the giant this time lunges for Jack. He tries to grab him, but Jack runs away. He goes right back down to that beanstalk. So he's now going to climb down the beanstalk. He's holding the chicken, and we're going to start at the top of the beanstalk. So come up nice and tall, maybe even lift up your heels, and then start to come all the way down like you're climbing now down a beanstalk. When Jack gets to the bottom of the beanstalk, he calls for his mother. He says, Mommy, Mommy, come quick. And his mother comes, and he says, bring the axe. So we're going to step 1 foot, we'll start in the table position, we'll step 1 foot forward, and you're going to grab an axe, and you'll pretend to chop that beanstalk down. And let's chop again. Ready? Chop! And one more time, chop the beanstalk down, and the beanstalk goes flying down, and with it, the giant. And the giant lands, come to your bum, with a big thud, and just lie back. Boom! Stay here and breathe. And then sit up. And that was the end of the giant. Well, during this time, that chicken, he turned out to be a magical chicken who laid magical golden eggs. So let's come into egg position. So you're making your body nice and tight, knees in tight. If you can lift up your feet, lift up your feet. If you can bring your head to your knees, do that. Make your body nice and tight, nice and tight. Good. And Jack's mother is so relieved to see Jack and to know that he's safe, and to also know that Jack has found this magical hen that lays golden eggs. So she gives Jack a big hug. Spread your arms out nice and wide. And then give Jack an imaginary hug. Squeeze, 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 squeeze your body as tight as you can. And Jack is so proud of himself and so relieved to see his mother. So Mom hugs her back. Spread your arms wide. And then give her a hug. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And after that, well, they all lived happily ever after. Jack, his mom, and the golden hen who lays golden eggs. And that is the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. Before we say goodbye, sit nice and tall and take a big breath in. Maybe even sweep your arms to the sky. And a big breath out. Namaste. Have a great day, everyone. Keep practicing.